Dear BPY family, I was thinking about what should I say, what could I say in this coming Shabbat, for this coming Shabbat, and then for the coming holiday of Pesach, and it was so difficult. And I decided, let me come to the favorite room, my favorite room in my house, and let me talk to you from here. One of the great sages of the Middle Ages, and the patriarch of a family of translators, was Rabbi Yehuda ibn Tibon. And he wrote an ethical will to his son, and in that ethical will he said a brilliant and beautiful explanation of the Mishnah in Pirkei Avot. The Mishnah says, Knei lecha chaver, acquire for yourself a friend. And Rabbi Yehuda said to his son, do you know what the Mishnah is talking about? It's talking about Sfarim. It's talking about books. Books are your friends because they teach you so much. I think that there's another element in what Rabbi Yehuda was saying to his son. Because if you stop and think about it for a minute, the author of a book is writing each of us a letter. Hundreds of years ago or thousands of years ago, the Rambam sat down in his house, sometimes in a tent, and wrote an explanation of the Gemara, of the Mishnah, to you and to me, to help us understand. The Rambam, Rashi did that. He wrote a letter to us, letters that transcend time and that span the generations, hundreds and thousands of years. And all of the great sages, when we open up a book and we learn from them, they are reaching out over the years, over the millennia, to help us, to teach us, to be there with us. And that's one of the reasons that this is my favorite room in my house. Ladies and gentlemen, parents, dear friends at BPY, the Seder is no different. This year we are going to be at our Sedarim, perhaps in a way that we haven't been ever, and perhaps in a way that we haven't been for a long time. The tables probably will not be as full. There will be fewer people there. Some of us will be in locations that we haven't experienced before. Many of us who are used to going away, visiting with family, or going to other places, will be home for the first time in a long time. But I want you to know, the Seder is, just like the books that reach out, the letters from the great sages that reach out over the millennia, over the generations, the Seder is the same thing, not in a book form, but in the spoken word form. When we sit down to the Seder this Wednesday night and Thursday night, we are a link in a chain that started over 3,300 years ago at the first Seder in Mitzrayim. We are part of a long line of Sedarim that took place in Spain, in Egypt, in Europe, over the millennia, and we're links in a chain of Sedarim that are yet to come. Sedarim that happened in the greatest times of joy. Sedarim that happened in the greatest times of tragedy, in the most horrific times. And when we sit down with our families, whatever size the family is, we are joining a dialogue that started ages ago and that will continue Be'ezrat Hashem into the ages. So let's not focus only on this year. Let's focus on the link in the chain that transcends time, that goes on and on and on. Let us take comfort in our friends, real people, physical people, and in our friends from the letters that we have received from our ancestors, from our sages, from our guides, from our nurturers, hundreds and thousands of years ago, that give us inspiration, encouragement, and strength to continue and to go on, taking our responsibility to the past and to the future and running with it and being strong with it. Dear BPY family, it is my fervent hope that you have an unbelievable, fantastic, joyous Chag HaPesach, that together, in partnership, as we always are, strong, the bonds of friendship that we have, that we share, continue, that we emerge from these challenging times together even stronger, and that we continue and recognize true friendship and our place in the heritage and tradition of the past and in the future. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Kasher v'Sameach, and Tizku l'Shanim Rabot.